everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the super cute bubble cloud square by Lisa from Cute Crochet Makes as part of her Unicorn Dreams blanket crochet along. If this is your first visit to my channel, it would be amazing if you just took a moment to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my future crochet videos. As always, all the information for this pattern, including a free written downloadable PDF version of the pattern, is available on Lisa's website, Cute Crochet Makes. I've linked to that in the description box below, so don't forget to show more to expand that box where you'll find links to everything that I have mentioned. Whilst you're down there, you'll also notice there are timestamps. Now the timestamps, little numbers next to the corresponding row, which means if you click those, you can jump immediately to that section of the video, cutting out anything that you don't necessarily want or need. So without any further ado, let's jump straight on in to crocheting this super cute bobble cloud square. So with my 4mm hook and my blue yarn, I'm going to pop a slip knot on my hook and I'm going to chain 26. So I have my 26 chains. So this loop on your hook does not count as anything. So we're going to count back 2 chains from your hook. So ignore this first one and we're going to be working into this second chain from your hook. Just pop a single crochet in there. Then you're going to place a single crochet in all the remaining stitches right down to the end. And at the end of this row, you will have 25 stitches. Now that's the magic number for every row, 25. So I have my 25 single crochet. So for the next row, chain 1, which does not count as a stitch at any point in this square, turn, place a single crochet under that very first stitch where you just chained from, and in all remaining 24 stitches of the row. It's good to count for these because that last single crochet will be kind of curled around the bottom here, so don't forget to grab that one too. You want 25 stitches in total. Row 4, chain 1, turn, and repeat that exact same process, single crochet in all 25 stitches. For row 5, chain 1 and turn. Now this is our first bobble stitch row. We're going to be changing colour to white for the actual bobbles themselves. Now if you have seen my bobble heart square tutorial, you'll have a good grasp of how to change colour mid-row. But for this row, I will show you exactly when to change colour, etc. So we're going to go super slow on this row. So place a single crochet in the first 3 stitches. Now we need one more single crochet, but we're going to change to white for the last step of that stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, come back through, you've got 2 loops. Then we're going to drop the blue, and you want your tail end to be facing you for these because this is the back of your square. You're going to bring in the white, yarn over, and complete that stitch. Now it can be a bit fingers and thumbsy for this, but pull your blue nice and snug down, pull the white so everything is all sort of in line with tension. Now as we do the next few bobbles, we're going to crochet over whichever colour of yarn we're not currently using, because otherwise we're going to have 1,000,001 tails to weave in at the end. So we're going to do the bobble stitch in the very next stitch here, but we're going to work over this blue tail. We're also going to change colour back to blue on the very last step of this bobble. So the bobble stitch is 6 double crochet together. So I'm going to talk you through it. Make sure that this blue is pulled nice and snug. You've got your thumb on that white tail end, and we're going to work over this blue yarn at the same time. So yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, come back through, yarn over, pull through 2 and stop. So now we're going to do that 5 more times. Yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over at the back, come back through, yarn over, pull through 2, then stop. So at the end of this little section, you want to have 6 half finished double crochets hanging from your hook. So you've got 6 half finished double crochets hanging from your hook, and you'll have 7 loops on your hook. Now if this white one's come a little bit loose, don't worry too much because you can tighten that one up when you weave in this end. But because we're going to be changing colour now, you're going to drop the white, bring in the blue, let me bring this white to the front, bring back that blue, and with the blue you're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 loops. Use your thumb to push that bubble stitch forward and then work over this white, just like how you worked over the blue. And we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch, but again, we're going to change colour back to white on the end of that stitch. So go into the stitch with the blue, yarn over, come back through, 2 loops, drop the blue, bring back the white, and finish that single crochet. Now we're going to do another bobble stitch, and again on that bobble stitch we're going to finish with the blue. So 6 half finished double crochets. Once you have those 7 loops on your hook, drop the white, yarn over with the blue to pull through all 7 loops, push that forward. We're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch and change back to white again. So drop the blue, bring back the white, yarn over to finish that stitch. Bobble stitch into the very next stitch, again changing back to blue for that very last yarn over and pull through once you have 7 loops on your hook. So you've got your 7 loops, drop the white, yarn over and pull through all 7 loops with the blue. So you've got 3 bobble stitches at the front of your work. Now you can cut the white, leave a tail that you want to weave in later. Now you're going to place a single crochet in the next 7 stitches, but on that final 7th stitch, we're going to be changing color back to white again. So do your 6 single crochets as normal. And then on the 7th, once you've got 2 loops, drop the blue, bring the white back in, yarn over, and pull through. So now we're going to repeat this little section of 3 bobble stitches with single crochets in between, changing color each time. So bobble stitch in white, single crochet in blue, bobble stitch in white, single crochet in blue, bobble stitch in white, switching color at the end of each stitch. That last of your 3 bobble stitches, you can cut the white and then end with 4 single crochet in the last 4 stitches. For row 6, chain 1, turn, and you're going to place a single crochet in every single stitch all the way along. So you'll have 25 single crochets. Now don't forget you have these little short single crochet, like smaller stitches here in between the bobbles and the bobble stitches themselves. So I'll show you these first few stitches. It's quite easy to miss these little ones. The bobble stitch itself and the single crochet in between them. So keep going to the end of the row for all 25 stitches. Okay, row 7, chain 1 and turn. Now this is another bobble stitch row. So hopefully you have your sort of color changes before the stitch sort of nailed down after doing this row before. I'll still go quite slowly on this row and I will shout very clearly where you need to change color. So we're going to start with 5 single crochet, and you're going to change color to white on that 5th stitch. So I've done 4 single crochet, and on this 5th stitch is when I want to bring the white back in. Bobble stitch in the next stitch and change color for that final yarn over. Single crochet in the next stitch, but change back to white. Bobble stitch in the next stitch, and then change back to blue for the final yarn over. What's going on with my yarn? Then you can cut your white, because we only need 2 bobbles for this little section. Then single crochet with blue for 9 stitches and change color back to white on the 9th stitch. So this is my 9th stitch. I'm going to bring back that white, which is getting ferociously tangled for some reason. We're only 2 rows of bobble rows in. I'm going to bring this white back in. Now you're going to do bobble stitch, change back to blue, single crochet, change back to white, bobble stitch. So change back to blue for that final yarn over on the bobble. You can cut your white and end with 5 single crochet in the remaining 5 stitches. So you should have something that looks like chaos on the back, but nice and neat on the front. Chain 1 and turn. Now you are going to work 5 rows in blue of single crochet stitches. So 25 single crochet, chain 1, turn, go back the other way in single crochet, chain 1, turn, come back the other way for 5 rows in total. So that's one row done, and I'm going to repeat that 4 more times. So meet me back here in just a moment. Okay, so I'm just finishing up the end of row 12. I've also taken a moment to weave in my ends at the back, so it's slightly easier for you guys to see what's going on back there. But you should have your little bobble clouds and 5 rows of single crochet. So at the back, it's a lot cleaner for you. So for row 13, chain 1 and turn, and this is going to be another bobble stitch row. So you're going to place a single crochet in the first 10 stitches, and on that 10th stitch, change to white. Now you're going to place a bobble stitch in the next stitch, changing color, back to blue, single crochet, change back to white, bobble stitch, change back to blue, single crochet, change back to white, bobble stitch, change back to blue. So you're going to have 3 bobble stitches with a single crochet in between them. Once you have your 3 bobble stitches with the single crochets in between, you can snip your white. And now place a single crochet in the remaining 10 stitches. Row 14, chain 1, turn, and place a single crochet in all 25 stitches all the way to the end. Row 15, chain 1, turn, and again this is another bobble stitch row. So to start, you're going to place a single crochet in the first 11 stitches and change to white on that 11th stitch. Now you're going to do a bobble stitch, switch back to blue, single crochet, switch back to white, bobble stitch. You can cut your white yarn after that second bobble stitch. Then you're going to end the row with a single crochet in the next 11 stitches. For the next 3 rows, you're going to chain 1, turn, Place a single crochet in all 25 stitches, so back and forth for 3 rows. For row 19, you're going to chain 1 and turn. Now again, this is a bobble stitch row, so I am hoping at this stage you've got the fact that before a bobble stitch you change colour. So in that last stitch before you go to a bobble you change, and then in the single crochet after that bobble you change, especially if there's another bobble after. So we're going to start with 4 single crochet, and we are going to change colour on that very last single crochet of the 4. Now you are going to do bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch. You can cut your white yarn after that 3rd bobble. Then single crochet with blue in the next 7 stitches and change back to white on the 7th. Bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch. Cut the white after that 3rd bobble, and then end the row with 4 single crochet. Row 20, chain 1, turn and single crochet in all 25 stitches across the row. Row 21, chain 1 and turn. Now this is our last bobble stitch row. So you're going to single crochet in the first 5 stitches and change colour on that 5th stitch. Bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch. You can cut your white yarn after that 2nd bobble stitch. Then single crochet in the next 9, changing colour on the 9th stitch. bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch. You can cut your white yarn after that second bobble. Celebrate that that is the last bobble stitch you're going to be doing for this square, and end with 5 single crochet stitches. Now I'm just going to take a moment to weave in these remaining ends back here. So I'll meet you in just a moment. Okay, so that's all my ends dealt with. Rows 22, 23, 24 and 25 are all single crochet rows. So 4 rows of single crochet in all 25 stitches. Alrighty, so, oops, celebrated too soon, I missed a loop. So that is the final single crochet of row 25, and you will notice that we're ending on the back of the work. So do not cut your yarn. We're going to go straight into border town. So chain 2 and turn. Now that chain 2 does not count as a stitch, and you should have the right side of your work facing you. Now into the stitch that you just chained from, you're going to place 1/2 double crochet, chain 2, 1/2 double crochet. So that is your corner. Now you're going to put a 1/2 double crochet in all the stitches, and then in the very last stitch, 1/2 double crochet, chain 2, 1/2 double crochet. This is the final stitch of the top row. So 1/2 double crochet, chain 2, 1/2 double crochet to that same stitch to form the corner. Now you're going to crochet evenly down the side, all 1/2 double crochet stitches, and in this corner here and this corner here, you're going to place 1/2 double crochet, chain 2, 1/2 double crochet, just like we did here, to square off the sides. So go ahead and 1/2 double crochet all the way around, and I'll meet you back over here in just a moment, and then we can get on and do the really cute pastel sort of rain drops. Rain, just rain. So I'm at the end now, this corner, so chain 2 and pop another 1/2 double into that same place. So once you have crocheted evenly all the way around, you're going to join with a slip stitch, ignore that chain 2, and join with a slip stitch to the top of that very first half double crochet that you did. Then you can cut your yarn, weave in your end, and we can move on to doing the little drizzly rain. I don't know how to describe it, like the little fluffy rainbow coming out from this here. Okay, so for the little sort of rain cloud detailing, you want to grab your lengths of rainbow colored yarn. All the different shades are listed in Lisa's written pattern. So you're going to fold a loop over just back on itself. So you've got a loop at one end, and then grab your hook and you want to pull up a loop underneath the bobble of this middle cloud. So you want to insert your hook in, I'm going underneath one of those single crochets, put that loop on your hook and draw it through. Then take the bottom strands, pass them through that loop, and then pull that down. So you've got like a little knot. Go ahead and do that with all the other colours. I'm just placing the very last colour of my rainbow in next, just so I know where I want them to end, so I can fill in this space evenly with the other colours. For the colours that are sharing this stitch, so you can see I've got my pink and my yellow here, and I still need to put my apricot in. I'm turning it the other way, like I did with this blue and purple, so that the knots face in different directions. Oops. On the same stitch. So I'm rotating it around, going back into the same stitch or a similar nearby stitch, and I'm just knotting it in the opposite direction. So fill that little gap. Like that. So now you need to trim all these little ends so they are the same length. So your little cloud has a little sort of rainbow underneath. Now what Lisa has done is taken a little needle and separated out these plied strands to make them a bit more fluffy. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same. You don't have to, this is completely optional. So you can give them one last final little trim. Make sure you're happy with them. Sew in all your little ends and you're done. Now I'm just going to pan my camera up slightly so you can see the finished product. Now, as you can see, fresh off the hook, this little monster wants to curl all over the place. That's fine, we can block it. Now by blocking, all I mean is you are going to get your square damp, pin it out and leave it to dry in shape. Now this square is quite a good candidate to do a blocking video on, so I may go ahead and do that. If future me has gone on to do this, and film another little separate video for how to block your squares, a very basic beginner's blocking guide, then I will have linked to that in the description box below. If I haven't, then I apologize. So that's it from me today. I really hope you enjoyed making your super cute little bubble cloud squares. I forgot the name of the square. It's been a long day. Anywho, I really hope you enjoyed making your bubble cloud squares by Lisa from Cute Crochet Makes. If you haven't already subscribed, it would be amazing if you just went ahead and did that right now. Just hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it so I know I'm on the right sort of track when it comes to what it is I am producing for you guys. And I will see you on my channel very soon. Until then, happy crocheting!